Hey guys, I am here to do day 3 of Esperanza Rising. Um, we are starting the chapter called Las Papayas, which is papayas, which is a type of fruit that you can buy at the grocery store here, but it's also a fruit that people eat in Mexico a lot. So starting out this chapter is a long sentence in Spanish. And bear with me, my Spanish speaking friends, because I know that I'm probably going to mess some of these words up. Before I do that, if you will remember from yesterday, Papa had been missing, and Miguel and his dad, what was Dad's name? Alfonso. Miguel and his dad Alfonso were crying, and they came pulling up in a wagon, and they had Papa's body in the back of the wagon. He was dead. We assumed that he had been killed. Remember, they were afraid that the bandits were going to come after him because of all that was going on with the president before the revolution, the Mexican Revolution had ended. So that's where we ended. Mama had fainted, and Esperanza fell to her knees in despair because they pulled up with Papa. Okay. Estas son las mañitas que cantaba el rey David. A las muchachas bonitas se las cantamos aquí. And that means, these are the morning songs which King David used to sing. To all the pretty girls, we sing them here to you. Esperanza heard Papa and the others singing. They were outside her window, and their voices were clear and melodic. Before she was aware, she smiled because her first thought was that today was her birthday. I should get up and wave kisses to Papa. But when she opened her eyes, she realized she was in her parents' bed, on Papa's side that still smelled like him, and the song had been in her dreams. Why hadn't she slept in her own room? Then the events of last night wrenched her mind into reality. Her smile faded, her chest tightened, and a heavy blanket of anguish smothered her smallest joy. Papa and his vaqueros had been ambushed and killed while mending a fence on the farthest reaches of the ranch. The bandits stole their boots, saddles, and horses, and they even took the beef jerky that Papa had hidden in his pockets for Esperanza. Why do you think that the bandits stole Papa's stuff? Okay, let's think about this a minute. So the bandits were angry with the large landowners because the government was making the landowners richer and the poor people poorer, and the poor people were having to work for basically nothing. So there's not really a right or wrong answer here, but what are some possible reasons? Maybe they just saw it as free stuff and they wanted to take it. Maybe it was a way to get back at the landowners and to take some of their wealth for themselves. I guess they thought maybe that the rich landowners had been rich long enough, and they wanted to take some payment back for themselves. We don't really know, but think about it. There's lots of reasons. Esperanza got out of bed and wrapped un shawl around her shoulders. The shawl felt heavier than usual. Was it the yarn, or was it her heart weighing her down? She went downstairs and stood in La Sala, the large entry hall. The house was empty and silent. Where was everyone? Then she remembered that Abuelita and Alfonso were taking Mama to see the priest this morning. Before she could call for Hortensia, there was a knocking at the front door. "Who is there?" called Esperanza through the door. "It is Señor Rodriguez. I have the papayas." Esperanza opened the door. Marisol's father stood before her, his hat in his hand. Beside him was a big box of papayas. "Your father ordered these from me for the fiesta today. I tried to deliver them to the kitchen, but no one answered." She stared at the man who had known Papa since he was a boy. Then she looked at the green papayas ripening to yellow. She knew why Papa had ordered them. Papaya, coconut, and lime salad was Esperanza's favorite, and Hortensia made it every year on her birthday. Her face crumbled. "Señor," she said, choking back tears, "have you not heard? My my papa is dead." Señor Rodriguez stared blankly, then said, "¿Qué pasó, niña? What happened?" She took a quivery breath. As she told the story, she watched the grief twist Señor Rodriguez's face and overtake him as he sat down on the patio bench, shaking his head. She felt as if she were in someone else's body, watching a sad scene but unable to help. Hortensia walked out and put her arm around Esperanza. She nodded to Señor Rodriguez, then guided Esperanza back up the stairs to the bedroom. "He ordered the papayas," sobbed Esperanza. "I know," whispered Hortensia, sitting next to her on the bed and rocking her back and forth. "I know." The rosaries, masses, and funeral lasted 3 days. People whom Esperanza had never seen before came to the ranch to pay their respects. They brought enough food to feed 10 families every day, and so many flowers that the overwhelming fragrance gave them all headaches, and Hortensia finally put the bouquets outside. Marisol came with Señor and Señora Rodriguez several times. In front of the adults, Esperanza modeled Mama's refined manners, accepting Marisol's condolences. But as soon as they could, the 2 girls excused themselves and went to Esperanza's room, where they sat on her bed, held hands, and wept as one. The house was full of visitors and their polite murmurings during the day. Mama was cordial and attentive to everyone, as if entertaining them gave her a purpose. At night, though, the house emptied. The rooms seemed too big without Papa's voice to fill them, and the echoes of their footsteps deepened their sadness. Abuelita sat by Mama's bed every night and stroked her head until she slept. Then she would come around to the other side and do the same for Esperanza. But soon after, Esperanza often woke to Mama's soft crying, or Mama woke to hers, and then they held each other without letting go until morning. Esperanza avoided opening her birthday gifts. Every time she looked at the packages, they reminded her of the happy fiesta she was supposed to have. One morning, Mama finally insisted, saying, "Papa would have wanted it." How sad that her father passed away right there at her birthday. Now, every year on her birthday, she's going to think about her dad. Abuelita handed Esperanza each gift, and Esperanza methodically opened them and laid them back on the table. A white purse for Sundays, with a rosary inside from Marisol. A rope of blue beads from Cheetah. The book Don Quixote from Abuelita. A beautiful embroidered dresser scarf from Mama for someday. Finally, she opened the box she knew was the doll. Remember, Papa bought her a doll every year. She couldn't help thinking that it was the last thing Papa would ever give her. Hands trembling, she lifted the lid and looked inside the box. The doll wore a fine white batiste dress and a white lace mantilla over her black hair. Her porcelain face looked wistfully at Esperanza with enormous eyes. "Oh, she looks like an angel," said Abuelita, taking her handkerchief from her sleeve and blotting her eyes. Mama said nothing, but reached out and touched the doll's face. Esperanza couldn't talk. Her heart felt so big and hurt so much that it crowded out her voice. She hugged the doll to her chest and walked out of the room, leaving all the other gifts behind. Okay, we're going to stop there today. So, for your challenge today, I want you to be thinking over the next few days about why this chapter is called Papayas. That's one thing I want you to be thinking about. But for today, your challenge is a fun one. The fruit salad that Esperanza liked, papaya, lime, and coconut. That was her favorite fruit salad. So make a fruit salad of your own. If you can find those ingredients, the papaya, lime, and coconut, taste what Esperanza's favorite fruit salad was. If you can't find those ingredients, then just mix up some of your own favorite fruits and make a fruit salad for yourself today. Think about Esperanza and the trial that she's going through while you eat your own fruit salad or Esperanza's salad. Papayas, limes, and coconut. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 4.